What's up, y'all? It's me, Tim, and welcome to a game called the Stanley Parable. So, let's take a peekapoo at this. I found it on Steam. It's actually, I like the double little screen and screen there. That's cool. Let's see what we got here. Never. The end is never. The end is never. Loading. Okay.
This is the story
So-
of a man named Stanley.
Let's check this out. Stanley is a man.
Stanley
Okay.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
All right.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He
Yes.
sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Well, that sounds like
This
fun.
is what employee 427 did every day, of every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Right.
Though he had been made exactly for this job.
My
Stanley
goodness.
was happy.
Well, that's good. I mean, he was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Right.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh, no.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Right.
Something was very clearly wrong.
Well, it sounds like it.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I guess that means now. Whoa, I move fast. So, let's see what we got going on here. Well, that's not the actual time, so that's good. We can't jump. I want to jump. Well, let me jump. Alright, let's get out the door here, if I can. So there's nobody here. Did he just come in on a Saturday? 429. Now
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Yes.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Where in the crap is 417? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 9.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Where's door 437? He's sending me back and back. Oh, there is no 437. There is no 437. You're such a jerk. Did you know that? Oh, there it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay. 415.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
He's killing me.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Where is 416?
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
I'm working on it. This guy's gonna make me pay for this achievement. My gosh.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
Okay. 1, 2,
Yes!
3.
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
I did.
Really now? What were you thinking?
I don't know. Oh my gosh. I guess none of these doors are going to open. There's a computer on that's over there. 425. How do we get in that back hallway? That's what I'm after. Maybe. I don't know. So I'm not entirely sure what to do about this game. It's just you're in an office by yourself. And I feel lost already, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea. I have no idea where I'm going. I mean, there's nobody here, nothing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He entered the door on his left. That's what he's telling me to do. Okay. So am I supposed to listen to the narrator, or am I just supposed to kind of do my own thing? Because I can do that. Either way. Alright, let's keep on going. I don't think any of
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Well, let's go find the boss's office. I like how it says consult the whiteboard manager. Oh my goodness. Not efficient. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Oh my word. Okay. Do I want to stay here? Number of slides on this slide. Charts. Charts and slides. Slides. A broom closet. Oh! It opened. It opened.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
He sounds like he's irritated with me. I do whatever I want. Okay. Up or down?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'll go upstairs to appease the voice. Apparently, that's not that one. Ooh. Some nice regal wallpaper. Is this the boss? This is executive bathroom. I want it. I want to go in the executive bathroom. Look how dark it is up here. Uh-oh, door shut. No receptionist. Can we use her computer and hit our buttons? Tell me about your buttons. What is this?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
What?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I was listening to
Amazing.
you.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What newly opened passageway? Oh, wow! There's a big one right behind us. Okay. He acts so surprised, like I'm a cheater or something, but no. I was listening to him. Okay, hit the button. Let's go down. This narrator, he's so smarmy. I tell you. Well, that's okay. I like smarmy.
Descending deeper into the building,
Yes.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I do.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Well, how long are we talking here? I mean, ooh, oh, it's dark down here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That says to escape. That says to escape. What do I do now? Can I escape? Let's just go where the man wants us to go right now. I like to follow the rules. What is this? Do I hit the button? I hit the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh, wow.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe. Maybe not. This place is ginormous. We got just some monitors, I guess, of sorts, and a great big button.
Now the monitors
Wow.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many
Holy
individuals
cow.
reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Holy cow. This is amazing. But it doesn't explain where everyone is.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Maybe.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Maybe.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Maybe.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
Pirates.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Maybe.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I would have to say so. Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Mind
Happy
control
or
status.
sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so where do I go to do that? I need to dismantle the controls once and for all. Could you give me... Oh, what is this? One? I hit one. Was I supposed to hit one? I don't know, but I'm hitting them. I'm a little confused by this game. I'm not gonna lie. What if I just go and start hitting random buttons? So, nothing there. I say we just keep heading this way then. Do I want to go down in here? No, that looks terrifying. No, but boy, it's weird looking. I guess nothing's going to happen to me. Oh, what is this? They won't let me hit the big red button. I want to hit the big red button, but they won't let me. Well, let me jump either. 5. I don't even know what I'm doing. Mind controls idle. Awaiting input. What happened to all the people, man? It's creepy. I needs to know. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. So, off. What happened?
Blackness.
Yes.
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
I have that.
Was it over?
I don't know.
Yes. He had won.
I had won?
He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Yes.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Okay.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Beautiful countryside.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Let me out.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Okay.
The feeling of liberation. The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hold on. What? That can't be the whole game. Are you kidding me? I just got an achievement that said, beat the game. You're kidding me. Oh, what? What? So am I back on? I don't understand, y'all.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm confused. I'm so confused. I thought we just beat the game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I'm going to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm going to make him work. I'm not going to work.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It is.
It
I
had
like
really
it.
been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, man, I hate that for you, narrator. What is this?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh, yes, I'm having fun now. What are we up to out here, y'all? Look at this. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse is $1,000. Penalty for jumping is $5,000. Ooh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I appreciate it.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Who is it?
Someone you've forgotten about.
Is it you?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is she?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is she? I don't know. I'm having fun though. I think he's hilarious responding to me. Oh, crap. Y'all see how dark this is? Anyways. Oh no. Oh my gosh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Okay. Are you kidding me?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
Let me move.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh my gosh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Do I follow what he wants or do I go down the hallway? Let's go in. Do what he wants for now.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh no. Good morning, employee 427. Press Z on your keyboard. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I don't like mannequins. Press Y.
Look at him there,
Oh, look at
pushing
me.
buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press N.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay. Press R to watch TV. Okay, R.
And so
What?
he began to fantasize
What?
about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished.
It won't let me near
off
the door.
face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press U to spend time with the boys. I'm hitting B. I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna hit H. G-U-T-Y. I'm hitting every other button, but it's not working. I had to hit U.
He went further. He imagined
Baby
that he
hit you.
came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Could you let me out of this hole now, please?
As he wandered through
He is
this
punishing me
fantasy
severely.
world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Yes.
And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
That's it. That's what we're playing. Press 3 to tell your kids a story. Can I please get out of here?
It was such a wonderful
Please.
fantasy. And so in his head, he relived it again.
Not gonna
and
let
then
me
again,
out.
And again, over and over.
Do I have to quit?
Wishing beyond hope that it would never end. That he might always feel this free.
I'm gonna uninstall
Surely
you.
there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
So press O to tell your wife you love her. Oh,
But there is no
she's
answer.
gone.
How could there possibly be?
Whoa, whoa.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Oh,
The longer
crap.
he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
You need to let me go. Press F to go to sleep. Can I
And I'm
please?
trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Press E.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
No, I can't.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press 5 to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose. The same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to.
What do I do?
I must.
What do I do?
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button.
I did not.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
I hit no button this time.
And I tried.
He killed me! He is so evil. And the narrator has some serious control. Okay, this time, I'm going to jump off the platform. I'm not going to fall for... Ooh, I don't know. What should I do? Should I jump off the platform?
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever
Or what
again.
if I go down to right before the mind control? We have the escape that goes to the left. You remember? I remember. So, let's go to the left.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Stanley's way ahead of you, narrator. You're kind of twisted. Nothing's happening.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nothing's happening.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Oh,
hoping
let's go
he
down.
might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm going down. I have gone down. What is this? It's a light. Stupid. Okay, down we go. There's a car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
I can't.
He
I
considered
won't.
the possibility of facing his boss.
I hated it.
Admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
There's an exit.
why had he taken that risk? All because he
Hold on.
believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was
This is
crazy.
the same.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
1, 2, B4.
All of my coworkers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any
We're in an
logical
endless
sense.
loop.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
We're in an endless loop.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's a good question.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever
I
he
have
went?
noticed that.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Oh, big time.
But simply repeating. No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I am floating. I'm floating.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star.
Can I do it?
And it too. It was so much fun.
It is fun.
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken
What
up.
happened?
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
Yes.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Yes.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I agree.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Oh my gosh.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
What?
Now, hearing the voice
in the
speak
world?
these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
It's true.
How else would the voice explain all
It's
that?
true.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently,
Okay.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Wow. This guy, he really punishes you severely for not heeding his word, doesn't he? I'm
Stanley
okay.
began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, there it is. I'm going to say we wake it up in the office, correct?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's a lovely ending. Everybody knows what a crazy person looks like. Everybody does. Holy cow. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We can come back and visit again, I hope. I might just do that by myself. I'm not sure. I hope you did like it. If you did, please hit the like button below. Subscribe if you have not. And I hope you have a great day.